Who are we? Where did we come from? Why are we the way we are? These are the kinds of questions we will address in this class. They are some of the most profound questions humans have ever dared to ask about themselves. Though humans have struggled with these questions for millennia, this class will investigate how science has approached these questions and what the science of physical anthropology has discovered about human evolution. Like all scientists, physical anthropologists are driven by questions. The author of your book, Clark Larson, for instance, is interested in how humans in North America adapted to two major events. 1. The advent of agriculture, and 2. The arrival of Europeans to the Americas. To answer these questions, Dr. Larson has worked on St. Catherine's Island, off the coast of Georgia, for several decades. He has been part of a team that has excavated old skeletons in an effort to understand how humans there biologically adapted through time. Many scientists hypothesized that the shift to agriculture had positive benefits on human health, but Larson found the exact opposite. The Native Americans who inhabited St. Catherine's thousands of years ago originally practiced a hunter-and-gatherer strategy, in which they hunted for their food, fished, and moved from place to place. However, they eventually domesticated corn and formed farming villages. When this happened, instead of their health improving, there is evidence in the bones that Larson and his team are finding that the people actually became shorter and had more infections. This health decline became more dramatic as European contact introduced diseases into the population. Many of these interactions happened at Spanish mission sites, which are illustrated on this map. Although Larson's work is focused on a small population on a small island, it has broader implications for understanding how the human body adapts bioculturally to environmental changes. Anthropology is the study of humankind. There are 4 different kinds, often referred to as the 4 fields of anthropology. These are cultural anthropology, archaeology, linguistics, and physical or biocultural anthropology. Cultural anthropologists study present-day societies and focus on culture. Culture is learned behavior, transmitted in a non-genetic manner from person to person. Often, cultural anthropologists focus their efforts on non-Western societies, though this is not always the case. Related work is done by linguistic anthropologists, who study language and its impact on society. Archaeologists are interested in artifacts and how these material remains of past peoples can be used to reconstruct their lives. Finally, physical or biological anthropologists study human biology, both past and present, to better understand human origins, human evolution, and human biological variation. Of course, humans are both biological and cultural beings, and therefore many researchers study humans through all of these lenses. This is called the biocultural approach. One of the first great 4-field American anthropologists was Franz Boas. Today, many anthropologists study one of the 4 fields of anthropology, but in the early days of American anthropology, Boas studied all 4. One of his first research expeditions was to study the Inuit Eskimo people of the Arctic. While in the Arctic, he studied Inuit culture, material culture, language, and biology. In the years following his return to the States, Boas trained a generation of influential anthropologists, from Margaret Mead to Alfred Kroeber, emphasizing to his students the importance of direct observation and evidence-based thinking. Very few researchers can replicate what Boas did, in part because each of the 4 anthropological subfields have become so specialized. In this class, we will focus on the subfield of physical or biological anthropology. This is the study of human biological evolution and biocultural variation. Physical anthropology embraces 2 key concepts about humans. First, all humans are a product of a long evolutionary history. In this class, we will go back 6 million years to the first upright walking human ancestors called hominids. But we will also go back 20 million years to the first apes called hominoids, and 50 million years to the first primates, and 200 million years to the first mammals. Like all organisms, humans are a mosaic of anatomies that have accumulated over the millennia. But we are not solely a product of our evolutionary history. All humans are also a product of their own individual life histories. The food we eat, our activity patterns, our socio-economic status, where we live, and even when we live, all have an impact on our biology. There is a false idea out there that human behavior and human anatomy are either a product of our genes, nature, or the environment, nurture. This is simply not true. Humans are a product of both nature and nurture.